Hello, 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 God's beautiful people. Hello, welcome. If this is your first time here, my name is Tara and God uses me to speak into the lives of his children. If you are returning, I welcome you back and I welcome you all in the mighty name of Jesus. Y'all, excuse the hair bonnet and all of that. I just finished my final move yesterday. So I'm tired and I am still trying to do stuff. So, and work. So excuse moi, okay? But y'all, I was just sitting here in my little pity party. Yes, I have them. I do. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking like, Lord, I'm gonna go to this job because you said it, but I don't like it. I'm gonna live here in this place because you said, but really I don't like it. And just sitting here having my own little pity party, and the Lord began to, and not to say that any of it isn't nice, because it is. It really is. I mean, I can't complain about. It's just my preference, okay? So just don't think like, you know, God didn't do his thing, because he did. But I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about obedience and how hard it is and how we have to adjust and how we have to do it anyway. And a lot of times, because we have our preferences, because we have our desires and the things that we want, we tend to try to manipulate the thing that God has sent us to, or manipulate what he has called us to do. Well, when you do that to make yourself comfortable, it's just like being disobedient. And I don't know. As a matter of fact, I just had this conversation this morning with my cousin, and the Lord just wouldn't let me, you know, let it go without doing this word. It's still disobedience. I don't care which way you shake it. You can't manipulate your assignment. You can't adjust it to your comfort. Jesus wasn't able to manipulate his assignment. He wasn't able to say, look, Daddy, look. I'm going to go to the cross and I'm going to just stand by and fall asleep and make it look like I'm dead. He didn't do that. I mean, he could have been like, what if, you know, if I don't actually carry the cross, maybe if you let some other people carry it, and then when I get there, you know, I can just post up, you know what I'm talking about? What if instead of them beating me, honey, I witnessed them beating somebody else? What if, Daddy, if I could just, Father, in the name of Jesus, if I could just, you know, we do that. I don't like this. So I'm going to do this, but I'm still here. No, it wasn't, oh, I'm going to still go to the cross, but I ain't going to be nailed to it. What if they just, instead of nailing me to it, what if they just super glue me to it? It wasn't none of that, okay? You can't manipulate your purpose. And the Lord dropped this in my spirit. Romans 8:28, and I'm going to read it. And I'm going to read it from the King James Version. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. We say this all the time. God calls everything to work out for your good. But it's being called according to his purpose. And like me, I think I may have misinterpreted that thing, because God has given me a different revelation on today. You don't get to manipulate what he has called you to do and then say, he gonna work it all out for my good. That is disobedience. It's disobedience. Now, grace and mercy is sufficient, and God will absolutely extend his grace to you. However, it's for the purpose, for his purpose, okay? Those are the things that are worked out for the good, because it's for what you were purposed for. God couldn't send me to this place, pick the job he wanted me to go to. I get there and decide I don't like it. And then I decide to go work somewhere else. Well, I'm still where he sent me. Yeah, but what was the purpose of me being in the other place? What was the purpose of me being obedient? See, he made me realize that things work together for our good, because we don't know, number one, why God has sent us to this particular place. We don't know why he has sent us to do this particular thing. We can't see what he see. We don't know what he know. We don't know all that it entails. So, because his thoughts and his ways are higher than our ways. So when you are manipulating your purpose, when you are manipulating your assignment, you're manipulating the purpose for the assignment, which means you're being disobedient. God didn't send you to that place and say, look, I need you to go here and do what you do, bruh. That's not what he said. He didn't say that to me. And that's just not how God does things. There is always, I say this all the time. I try my best to never be disobedient, because I don't know the full purpose. I don't know all the people he has attached to my obedience. Could you imagine God sending me to this particular job because there is somebody or some people that is attached to this thing that through my obedience is going to help them? So if I drop the ball, I don't just drop the ball for him, for me. I'm not just making myself comfortable. I'm hurting whoever God has attached to that. I'm sorry. That's just not something I want on my shoulders. That's not a burden that I am willing to carry. Like, I care and love people way too much to be disobedient. And I want people to realize that we get so hung up on what we want, how we feel. Oh, this is uncomfortable. Oh, this is miserable. Oh, this is painful, that we still feel like, okay, in order to make me comfortable, we're just thinking about ourselves. We're not thinking about the purpose for what God has called us to do. So I don't know who all this is for, but stop manipulating the assignment to fit your comfort. Jesus didn't manipulate his. He didn't manipulate the cross. He took every blow. He took every hit. He took every lick. He took every degrading comment. He was ridiculed. He was scolded. He was laughed at. He was, oh man, and the list goes on. He was beaten. He was hung. He was, oh man. And then on top of that, he was murdered. So let me tell you something. You don't get to do it for comfort. We don't get to do it for comfort. God ain't sending us out here nailing us figuratively to a cross. Like, a lot of times we may feel that way spiritually, but in reality, he's not literally sending us to die on a cross like Jesus did for us. So we don't get to manipulate our assignment just because you don't like where you're going, just because you don't like where you're living, just because you don't like what you're doing. I'm pretty sure Jesus once said, let's do this. Yeah, kill me, boy, hit me again. No, this is why we have to share in his sufferings. And they're called sufferings because he suffered. I really think people try to detach the human nature from Jesus. God came here in the flesh. He felt what we feel. His feelings was hurt. His body was hurt. He felt what we feel. We don't get to manipulate the assignment just because people scandalize our name, just because people talk about us, just because people don't like us, just because we're uncomfortable, just because we prefer something different. When you manipulate the assignment, I'm here to tell you, you're being disobedient. You might as well just not do it at all. Don't manipulate the assignment for your purpose, for your comfort, because when you do, you're affecting other people because you don't know who God has attached to you, and you don't know the purpose that's behind you doing what you're doing. Is this uncomfortable? Absolutely. Would I have preferred things to be different? Absolutely. But I'm going to do it, and I'm going to rejoice in it, and I'm going to show up every day, and I'm going to let my light shine, because that is what God called me to do, because that's what Jesus did. Oh, I don't like going to this job. Oh, I just don't like it. And this, that, and the third. So, and these are the things that God, and don't forget that it is to help you too. It's to help us. It's to strengthen us. The more we deal with the difficult things in this society, man, nobody likes to deal with difficult things. We run from the difficult and then we come up with excuses. Let's stop with the excuses, okay? Because in order to be who God has created us to be and to fulfill the purpose that he has given us and to do our assignments, the excuses need to stop. So let's stop with the excuses. Let's get out there, fulfill our purpose, help the people that God has sent us to help, because our purpose is to win souls. But if we're manipulating the assignments, we're operating in disobedience, and you're wondering why you're stuck for 5, 10, 15, 20 years in the same place. Check your obedience, okay? Because yes, God does cause all things to work together for our good, but it's according to his purpose. What's the purpose? What are you manipulating? Get in alignment truly and operate in full obedience. Whenever you think about what God has sent you to do, think about Jesus and his assignment. He didn't deviate from the plan. Stop changing the plans and thinking you're going to get the same outcome, because you're not. You're operating in delay, and you're delaying your progression and somebody else's because you're being disobedient. I love y'all, and I had to come with that word because the Lord would not let me go, okay? So I came, I delivered. Now I got some work to do for work, and then I got a whole heap of unpacking to do, which I cannot do by myself. But anyway, only because of some limitations like my shoulder injury and stuff. But anyway, the Lord done worked that out for me. So I love y'all. I'll be back with another word in the midst of doing all the things that I'm doing. I'll be back when God sends me. I love y'all. Y'all truly, truly do not know the importance of just sticking it out. Stick it out. Stick it out. Suppose Jesus would have just gave up and been like, dude, he'd be like, did you see that hammer? Did you see them nails? I'm out. Jesus, sorry, Lord, I can't do this. Did you approve these nails? I'm finna go. He didn't do that. He withstood it to the end. Trust God. Take whatever it is that's being dished out to you. It's your assignment. Fulfill it, okay? So that you can not only progress in the kingdom, but then you can help win those souls that God has assigned to you, okay? I love y'all, and I'll be back with another word from the Lord.